How does science think of it? They agree more and more to Book of Light teaching, claiming, of course, it to be their own. Master told me it will happen. Where do planets come from, according to orthodox science? By either having been thrown off solar substance, forming thus the beginning of, for instance, the planets of our solar system. Does the Book of Light agree to it? To a certain extent, yes. But these are just outer actions caused by inner powers. Book of Light teaches the entire physical world with everything in it, stars, planets, solar systems, all living beings, etc., is but the garment, the outer garment or veil of an inner intelligent cause, namely cosmic life, or the desire to be. Buddha overcame that desire. That is why Buddha is higher than man and gods. Is that cosmic life a person? No, but it is Adam Kadmon. Solve the riddle. It is Adam Kadmon in its manifestation. So it is far beyond human conception? Yes. It is boundless, beginningless, endless, coextensive with infinity. What is space according to Book of Light? It is reality, the underlying noumenon, or causation. Causation. Become the cause, not the effect. How is space directed by cosmic consciousness and will? Through manifestation, it expresses itself over the face of the boundless. Is it God? No. Each space has a background of its own. What is then our own home universe? That is one of innumerable similar universes scattered over the fields of boundless space. Inspired by what? By boundless cosmic life. What are the gods? They are sparks of eternity, cosmic intelligences. Where do they live? In the vast spaces of infinitude. As we do in our own home universe? Yes, but on our own smaller scale. What does animate and structurally compose the visible worlds? The invisible worlds. So our worlds are the grossest known in the universe? Not at all. Book of Light teaches worlds and their planets much denser than ours. What is the physical universe? It is the mother of our senses, which is why, for now, we only perceive it. For instance, our eyes perceive only 1 octave of Millikan rays. It's a scientist's name. These are cosmic rays the hardest and most penetrating in entirety, about 70 octaves. What is radiation? Crystallized light. But that is scientific definition. Right. But Book of Light goes farther and states the entire universe, with everything in it, is crystallized light in various degrees of vibration. What about right and left hand of vibration? We cannot cognize it by senses. That is astral light from the astral realms. There are innumerable radiations beyond that. What is the noumenon of gross substances? Ethereal ones. The visible and tangible, our physical world, is but the veil and garment covering the invisible, intangible. What is the origin of all forms of cosmic force? It is consciousness, in whatever expression. So all inner worlds, invisible they may be, exist by dual form, and they are nothing but forms of force or energy expressing itself? Yes. All these invisible worlds are filled with hosts of conscious and self-expressing entities. Do they operate in their own sphere? As we do. Under which law are they? They are under the law of evolutionary development. There is no reason for evolutionists and creationists to fight against each other, because they both are right. There is just a third, which is a forthcoming of everything. Everything, the entire universe, reawakens out of the core of everything. So there is first step, forthcoming. Second step, there's an evolutionary situation. And third, there is a creation situation where the forces, the beings, apply lower beings with vehicle, etc., so-called Elohim. Do that. So you see, there are three: periodical forthcoming, evolution, creation. So no need to fight. This is how the Book of Light unites. Why don't we sense or perceive the presence of the to us unseen worlds and their inhabitants? We could, if we would use, or rather develop, through study and meditation, our inner, more subtle and interior sense organs. They are the real inner man and woman. By the way, whenever I say man, I mean man and woman, since I use that term man as a Sanskrit term, in connotation with manas, the thinking principle and power in both, man and women. Why could the inner man perceive the worlds unseen to the outer man? Because the inner man is that part of our constitution linked to the inner part of the cosmos. The outer man linked to the outer part of the cosmos. How many atoms are in a small grape? Or of how many atoms is a small grape made? sextillions of atoms. That's a cardinal number, 10 to 21 in potency. Now you can imagine of how many atoms the entire universe is formed. And each of those atoms is the expression of a monad, a God in the becoming or a God in the making. Om. Of what is the entire universe built? Or of what is each universe built? Of minor universes, each of them copying its parent universe. What are the suns and their planetary systems? They are cosmic atoms of Adam Kadmon. So there is a law of analogy. Study the links, and you have used the first key to the world secret. The entire universe is the sum total of embodied consciousness, of a single being whose limbs are, and itself too, in different degrees of evolution. When did we arrive on earth? Ages ago. In eons from now, we shall return to the inner realms. And then we will be gods. What is the cosmic logos? It is an individual. It is a cosmic spirit, supreme for its own hierarchy. Why? Because it is the source and origin of it. The logos lives and expresses itself through us. Who gave us mind or enhanced it? The Manasaputras. Without them, most of us would still be ape-like. How did they do it? Through an act of self-sacrifice, though under karmic impulse. One day, we will become Manasaputras for others. Who were those Manasaputras? They were ethereal beings on earth since beginning of this round. Were they of higher grade? Of a far higher grade than we ourselves will be even in eons from now. Why did they come to earth? In order to watch over and guide the evolution of the first three races. What have they to do with the lodge of our masters? They created it. But the lodge is of high adepts. The Manasaputras created it. How? By the power of Kriya Shakti. The beings passed on that knowledge. They enlightened the mind, or manas, that part of the septenary of early humanity. Why? Because they themselves are typically manasic in their svabhava, or essential characteristic. How did that energetically work from the sons of mind, or Manasaputras, on ourselves then, many millions of years ago? The vibrations, mental, of the Manasaputras caused the essence of manas, of early mankind, to vibrate. How? Much as sound of musical note will cause response in something, or rather in a similar note in other things.